Hello, gorgeous, and welcome back to the channel, a place where we don't just talk about glowing up, we do it, period. And you know what separates women who just dream from the women who actually achieve? It's not luck, it's not magic. It's what, you guessed it, their daily habits. And today, you know me, I'm bringing out all the secrets. The 10 habits that successful women practice religiously that most people ain't even talking about. We do a lot of talking, but we ain't talking about this. Look, if you're tired of scrolling through motivational quotes and AI, y'all know what I'm talking about. And you might still be feeling stuck. This video is your sign to stop watching other people win and go ahead and narrate your own success story. And trust me, habit number 7, that one changed my whole entire life. Truly. For my ride or dies who have been here, you already know we keeps it real. For my new family members, welcome home. Kick them feet up. Get comfortable. This channel is where we uplift each other, share those gems that a lot of people aren't talking about openly, and we create the lives that we deserve, no matter your life story or your walk. And we look cute while doing it. And speaking of looking cute while building your empire, because that's what you're doing, all my organizational tools, self-care items, and productivity must-haves are linked in my LTK. Just click the link in my description and transform your space while you transform your life. And I want a comment from y'all down below. Tell me something that you're going to work on, something you want to be successful at, and something that maybe has fallen between the cracks that you want to pull back out again and get strong at. We're going to support one another over here. And before we dive in, becoming family means everything to me. This community has grown into something so beautiful because we support one another. So if something in this video resonates with you, that like button is calling your name. And clicking that share button with your community, that's how all of us get to level up together.
Drnina, the girl next door, beautiful brown baby doll.
Now let's talk about these game-changing habits that a lot of successful women are doing, but maybe not posting about, but practice every single day. Yeah, I'm from St. Louis. Let's go. Habit number 1 is that morning mental mastery. Listen, we all know about drinking water and getting our steps in. That's the beginner stuff. But what successful women do that nobody talks about, they practice morning mental mastery. Before touching that phone or checking those emails, the first 15 to 20 minutes of the day is dedicated to setting a mental foundation. This isn't just your basic meditation. It's strategic visualization of how you want your day to unfold. I started doing this years ago. I've had to pick the habit up and put it down and pick it up again. And y'all, the difference in how I now handle unexpected challenges is the difference between night and day. Instead of just hoping for a good day, I map it out mentally, even building in those potential obstacles we don't want to face. I visualize how I'll overcome things with grace. It's like writing the script for your day before anyone can write it for you. This little habit of the day can be just in a mindfulness journal that you have, or even just a notebook that you keep nearby. The pages are literally structured to keep you and guide you through the process and remind you of previous days where harder things may have happened in order to get you going. Then there's strategic energy allocation or time management, right? Forget that basic time management. We over that. Every productivity guru talks about it. What successful women actually practice is energy allocation, but you gotta be strategic about it. They don't just schedule tasks by importance. They schedule according to their natural energy cycles. High focus work during your peak mental hours, creative work during inspired moments, and administrative tasks when your energy naturally dips. Those color-coded markers and energy tracking planners, I've used these for years and they completely revolutionized my productivity. The question isn't when can I fit this in, but when will my energy best serve this task? That shift is a game changer, and that's why you can't let somebody tell you when it's best to study or to figure out something or to get work done for your business or your work. You have to figure out how your body feels, what your needs are, and that even applies to a lot of other things we do, such as working out, working with our children, being social. All of those things matter, and if you don't have the energy to do them and it's not allocated correctly, you're not going to be successful at it. Habit number 3 is intellectual cross-training, and this is instead of continuous learning. We all know that as successful women, we have to be continuous learners, but here's really what gets lost in the sauce and it's not advertised. We practice intellectual cross-training. Not just reading books in your field, but deliberately studying completely unrelated subjects to create unique mental connections that your competition or contemporaries don't necessarily have. When I started intentionally reading about architecture or engineering, I transformed my experiences and my growth and my learning, even with using cameras for the work that I do on YouTube and other things. I've really enlightened myself and learned things that are totally different from my day job. This isn't about being a know-it-all. It's about creating a mental toolkit that helps you come up up with solutions that other people never even think about. It's about being multidimensional. And speaking of those connections that matter, this video is sponsored by Aura Frames. And it couldn't be more perfect timing with Mother's Day right around the corner. You know what? The number one thing mamas want from you is not expensive jewelry or even dinners. It's connection. This Mother's Day, yes, give her that call. And give her that Aura digital picture frame that keeps y'all connected at all times, every single day. And I want to thank Aura Frames for sponsoring today's video. My mother lives states away, and our photo memories mean everything to us. My childhood photos and pictures as both of us have grown have been my favorites with my mother. And now she's getting the greatest joy through seeing pictures with my little baby Hunter. And those precious moments shouldn't just be living in our phone gallery. I love seeing photos with my mother, my baby, my mother and my niece, my mother and my sister, or me and my mother and all of us. It's just a beautiful look at different days and different times and different things we've come through in life. And seeing those photos can definitely bring you to tears in the best way possible. Aura Frames was named the best digital photo frame by Wirecutter and featured in 495 gift guides last year. The Carver matte frame plays live photos and videos up to 30 seconds with audio through its little embedded speaker. And the best part is you can see special moments like Hunter laughing or eating. And those are things my mom can share in, especially when she misses us. I know she misses us a lot. Plus, Aura has free unlimited storage. Yes. And you can invite as many people as you want to contribute photos with absolutely zero hidden fees or subscription. The frame displays photos in true color and automatically adjusts to the light level of the room, y'all. And at night when you turn off the lights, it turns off to save energy. And for a limited time, Aura has an amazing Mother's Day deal. Visit auraframes.com to get $35 off plus free shipping on their best-selling Carver matte frame. That's AURA frames.com. Promo code Dr. Nina. Support the channel by mentioning it at checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Now let's get back to those habits of successful women. Now, habit number 4 I love, which is relationship auditing. Baby, I'm consistently trying to audit them. Everyone talks about how your network is your net worth, but successful women practice something way more intentional. Regular relationship auditing. Every quarter, they evaluate which relationships energize versus drain them. Then they make conscious decisions about where to invest their relational energy. I started doing this after realizing I was pouring hours into relationships that were really doing nothing for me. And when I say that, they weren't growing with me. Now I categorize my relationships. We got mentors, peers, mentees, and also personal support. Each category gets intentional time, but with very different purpose. And this isn't cold or calculating. It's real honesty for you. Some people are in your life for a reason and some for a season. Knowing the difference protects your energy and it honors authentic connection. Habit number 5 is micro recovery. Basic self-care is taking a bubble bath once a week, okay? What successful women actually practice is micro recovery rituals throughout their days. And that's beyond typical self-care and mindfulness. And instead of pushing through fatigue, what I do is I build 2 to 3 minute resets between tasks. And these aren't breaks to scroll social media, which ends up stressing me out even more, right? They're intentional resets for the nervous system. I keep recovery ritual prompt cards on my desk or just something that uplifts me and motivates me. And when I transition between tasks, I pull one out and I do it, or I read it just for the motivation. Deep breathing, shoulder rolls, 60-minute visualization, whatever it takes to reset my energy. Sometimes it's cards, sometimes it's apps, but these all help me to remind myself of my strong points, including the app Finch, which gives me so much relaxation and excitement, and it gives back to me in a short period of time with my little owl Tootie. If you haven't join with my little link below. I'll share it with you. Since starting this, my afternoon productivity has doubled because I'm not running on fumes by 3 p.m. no matter what I'm doing. Now, habit 6 is decision minimalism, and that's beyond basic goal setting and reflection. Now, everybody knows that successful women set goals, clearly. But here's the secret sauce for you. They practice decision minimalism in non-essential areas. They deliberately eliminate small daily decisions to preserve mental energy for what actually matters. From simplified wardrobes to automated meal plans, they reduce decision fatigue. When I switched to like a capsule wardrobe or specific things that I wear on the daily basis, or even batch preparing or purchasing my smoothie ingredients, it used to seem so small to me. And I've talked to y'all about these things and these habits for years, but I don't have to make all of these decisions as soon as my feet hit the floor in the morning, right? That energy gets redirected to my actual priorities. It isn't about being boring. It's about being intentional. Some of y'all talking about being spontaneous and all that stuff. You stay tied. Stay tied over there. I like my energy. The question isn't what should I wear today, but what deserves my full attention with decision making today. Habit number 7 is profit first money mapping. And that's instead of financial management. Basic financial advice is save more and spend less. But successful women practice profit first money mapping. Instead of paying bills and then saving what's less, they flip the script, taking their profit percentage first, then structuring their lives around what remains. I've explained a lot of this to you all in some of my money videos. When I started taking 20% off the top to help with investments and other important things before calculating my full budget, everything for me changed. It forced me to get creative about my expenses rather than creative about my excuses. This shift is psychological just as much as it is financial. When profit comes first, you start seeing opportunities everywhere. Habit number 8 is personal narrative control. And that's rather than our typical positive mindset and affirmations. Positive affirmations are nice, but successful women practice something deeper. Personal narrative control. Instead of those generic I am enough statements, they actively rewrite the stories that they tell themselves about themselves and their capabilities, even their past failure and future potential. I used to repeat affirmations without believing them. But when I deliberately started writing and identifying the limiting narratives that I had been telling myself for a very long time, right? That's when my real confidence emerged, the person y'all see today. It's not just positive thinking, it's strategic narrative reconstruction. You become the author of your own story. And that's instead of letting past experiences write it for you. Habit 9 is constructive discomfort practice instead of typical adaptability and resilience. Everybody talks about stepping outside your comfort zone, okay? But successful women, we practice something specific. Regular constructive discomfort. But discomfort, Dr. Nina, why? Why? What I'm saying is seeking small, uncomfortable experiences that might give you some minor inconveniences for maximal gain. And this also leads to maximal growth potential. This builds our adaptability muscles for when larger challenges arrive. Each week, I schedule one small thing that makes me uncomfortable. Crazy, right? Cold calling a potential collaborator, taking a different fitness class or doing a different workout, or having those simple conversations that I've been avoiding. These aren't random acts of bravery, okay? They're strategic investments in becoming comfortable with discomfort. And when real challenges come, you've already built that little muscle that really helps you through the harder things. And I've seen this multiple times in my life. Like even going off to school, right? Inconvenience. Might have wanted to be at home, but I knew that stepping out at that time would help to guide me for the rest of my life. If I stepped out then when it came to my career, I would definitely step out. I would learn what it's like to be away from home. I would learn what it's like to be without my normal conveniences, my normal things that keep me comforted. But what I learned in the process is that I had what it took. Had I not left home, I would have never learned that, okay? And so with us every day, just doing something new, trying different things. Heck, I even intermittent fast right now because we don't know what's happening with this economy, and let's be real. Sometimes scathing out the food just a little bit more might help you a little bit. So for me, these minor things that may seem like inconveniences really build that tough muscle. Habit 10 is legacy mapping. And this is rather than our typical gratitude and giving back. Basic advice says practice gratitude. But successful women, we like to further that with legacy mapping. We regularly envision and visualize the impact that we want to have, not just the things or the tangibles we want to acquire. Then we reverse engineer daily actions, and specifically those that align with our legacy. When I started asking the question, what impact do I want to have? Instead of what do I want to achieve? My entire life and approach shifted. Each decision gets filtered through the question, does this align with the legacy I want to create? This isn't about grand gestures, y'all. It's about consistent alignment between your daily choices and your desired impact. And there you have it, 10 daily habits that successful women actually practice in order to be and stay successful. And this ain't just the surface level advice that you've heard over 1,000 times. The question is, which one are you going to implement first? Drop it in the comments below and let's support each other on this growth journey. And if this helped you to see something differently, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who can use it. And don't forget that all my tools and things that you will love are in my LTK shop for you. They're affordable favorites. Until next time, keep shining, keep growing, and remember, success isn't what you do occasionally, it's what you do daily, what you practice daily. All right, y'all, Beautiful Brown Baby Doll signing out. Peace.